guys, how's it going? September has arrived, yes. And the kids are back to school and it's cooling off finally. We got a really hot stretch there last week. I'm standing in front of a building that's being built on our co-op. There's a few of them being built actually. I just find it really interesting to watch and see how they built these things from the ground up. It's really cool to watch them brew a building. Okay, I gotta go up and get some, go to the drugstore, the pharmacy. So I figured, well, there's the odd gust of wind too, so hopefully that's not gonna interrupt the sound too much. I figured I'd just take the camera with me and do a Wednesday. A little different this week. Don't have a lot to talk about as far as brewing goes. It's the same as last week. I still have 2 batches going. Actually, one I just kegged. So if you remember, I had put a beer kit on top of a trube from a previous batch, right? So that's been fermenting for about a week. Yeah, there's going to be some wind, I know. That's been fermenting for about a week, and I wanted to have it ready for today. 7 days is a little bit of a rush to brew something like that, so I don't have it to try. The other one that I did just with the standard yeast that came with the kit is done. It's in the keg. You know, that Cooper's yeast is really fast. It's the fastest yeast I've ever used. Like it's even, I know the USO5 stuff and all that, they claim it's quick fermenting. It ain't as fast as the Cooper's, I'll tell you that. So anyway, that one's in the keg and it's slowly getting cooled off. My poor freezer has been running for 12 hours straight. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. I gotta order another one. I just keep procrastinating because I don't want to deal with having to haul the other one out and get rid of it somewhere and, you know, dispose of it and all that kind of thing. But yeah, it's gotta go. So, but it's still working as a refrigerator. So that's what's happening with the brewing. There isn't really much else. I'm shooting in a different mode today. I'm shooting at 60 frames per second. So if you have any trouble watching this video, just tone down the resolution a little bit on YouTube and it should be fine. I'm just trying this as an experiment. I don't plan on shooting like this all the time because it's a real bugger to edit and render video at this frame rate. But I'm just trying it. You'll notice how sort of smooth things look when I move around. Of course, a few people are going to get seasick. Just move back from your screen. Keep yourself anchored. You'll be fine. So what I can tell you about that batch so basically just to recap, I did a brewer's best beer kit and I took the beer off of the trube and I stuck a Cooper's kit right on it. I brewed it up in a bucket, I got it down to temperature and I poured it right onto the yeast cake. Okay. People say don't do that, you know, it's terrible and it won't work or it's going to taste crappy because it's over pitched. And well, what I can tell you from what I've, you know, gathered, it smells fine. I lifted the lid, I took a little sniff. Of course, the CO2 burns your nose, but and just what's coming out of the airlock. It smells good. There's no, I don't smell any problem. That doesn't mean it's going to taste good, but you know, we'll have to see. I am getting more used to this out in public with cars driving by. I'm getting more used to it. The hell with them. They can't take a joke. So yeah, here's a guy with a GoPro on a stick. There he is. We're gonna walk through. Actually, I'm gonna take a different route today because I think I've taken this route before. You guys have seen all this. So I'm gonna steer left. I'm gonna steer the other way. I'm gonna keep talking. I don't have a lot else. So yeah, the brew, it smells fine. Probably within a couple of days it should be ready. It's still fermenting, it's still bubbling away, so within a couple of days it should be ready. There's a beautiful sunset over there. I keep getting a glimpse between the houses. It's a beautiful evening, it really is. Doesn't look like we're going to get another glimpse of it though, because there's too many houses, but if I turn the camera around slowly here, you can see it reflecting off the school there. I don't know. It's just nice and peaceful. There's the fire station across the street there. I think that's a fire station. Yeah, it is. A little bit of a field here. Fire station's nice and close to me. I like that. You never know. But so what I'll probably do is in a couple of days I will keg that beer and I'll just taste it. I don't know if I'll do a separate video or I'll wait till next week's Homebrew Wednesday. Not sure. Maybe it'll even be ready by Friday's cast. I don't know. Was on the 17 Brew Crew forum today. There it is, there. Yeah, see? There we go. I don't know how that's gonna work on the camera, but and I was kind of behind on my kind of behind on my questions in my Craig section. Keep in mind, if you post in there, I'm the only person that can respond to those questions in the Ask Craig question on 17 Brew Crew forum. So if you want to ask a question to everybody, then put it in the public part. But if you want me to answer it specifically for some reason, then you put it in the Craig's, whatever it's called, Ask Craig section in that forum. I feel quite honored to have that section there, and I really try very hard to keep up with it on a daily, not a daily, but a bi-weekly basis. But you know, life, right? So, but I do get back to people in there always. So I was in there today and I put a question in the recipes section about brewing with ginger. So if you know anything about that, brewing beer with ginger beer. If you know anything about that, go in there, read my post, and post a response if you want, because I'm pretty interested in doing that, and I had some questions in there. So 17brewcrew.com. I almost didn't do a Homebrew Wednesday this week because I don't really have anything to talk about. It's kind of why I did it out here, because I thought, well, I don't have much to say, but at least there's some different scenery anyway. I still have one more Brewer's Best kit. It's a American Pale Ale. I'm probably not going to film that one, or you know, I take some short clips, you know, but it's basically the same. I mean, steep your grains, start your boil, throw in your hops, you know. How many times do you want to see me do that, right? I hope I'm on camera here. It's hard to, because you can't see yourself. I also have two other DeFalco, still have two other DeFalco kits that were sent as well. They're from Jeff and Glenn, these kits, from down south. So I'm going to brew those. One of those I'm going to do on camera, and one of them I probably won't. One of them has a lot of hops. In fact, I think there's like 11 ounces of hops or something in there, or 12. I don't know how many times you want to see me throw hops into a pot, really. So I might not film that one, but we'll see. The other one is the kick-ass or big-ass brown ale, which you've already seen me do. So yeah, I guess I better shoot some footage of the other one with all those hops in it. That one's gonna be killer. I can't wait to taste that beer. I've never used so many hops before. I'm gonna have to make sure I put them in a a bag so we don't have all that debris at the bottom of the fermenter. So that's what I've got. And I also have a wine kit at home, which I don't know why I don't just keep forgetting. It's just sitting there. Just keep forgetting to do it. It's just like wine kits take like 15 minutes to do. Actually, there's something really interesting that I have to look into. And I was talking to Andy. His dripstick is his name on YouTube is I forget. Anyway, he knows who he is, and he lives around here, like not too far from me, and he but gets these. It's a 5-gallon fermenter, and in it is 5 gallons of grape juice. Okay, and it's $30. All right, we're getting onto a busy street now. You're gonna have trouble hearing me. So, well, I'll just keep this going. It's fine. You'll hear me, okay? And there's lots of people are gonna be staring at me. And maybe they'll see the shirt and think, oh, I gotta go check out to see what that guy's doing on that camera there. You bring this thing home, you pitch the yeast, you make wine. It's as simple as that. Now, a dripstick, Andy, he sent me a bottle of this stuff, or he brought me a bottle, sent me a bottle, whatever. These guys don't understand what I'm doing, I'm sure. Like, what the hell? He sent me a bottle, and it was good. We're talking $30 for 30 bottles of wine. And all you do is you bring it home, you pitch the yeast, and you let her rip. And I guess you add your stabilizers and all that kind of stuff the way you normally would. I don't know. The bottle that he sent was, I think it was white wine. I can't remember. So much was going on. I had Jake and Dar and Fiddlehead Jen over. We were doing a cast. But I remember tasting, I think it was a white wine. And it was good. Like, geez, So I got to talk to Andy. I'm going to get together or something, or maybe he can just tell me where this place is. It's not too far from here. And we'll give that a try. Give it a whirl. Okay, I'm at where I need to be. I'm going to stop the camera, go do my business, and then I'll be right back, okay? Alright, well, as you can see, it's gotten a little bit dark out here, so this probably isn't going to look too good. So maybe I'll finish this video when I get home. Okay, now it's time to freak you guys out. No, I don't have any homebrew prepared at the moment. It has to be carbonated still. But I do have a store-bought beer in my fridge, and it's just a. I'm not going to show the. It's just a really cheap beer. Let me show you how to. I learned this tonight. I was in a friend of mine's cast on Von Life, Steve Jim's bar, and we're on a Skype call, and there was a few people in there. And a fellow that taught me this, I wish I knew his YouTube name. I probably do know it, but I don't know it off the top of my head. So maybe if he watches this, he can post it down below. Now, this is a type of Michelada. Let me spell this. Michelada. Now this is not authentic. I don't know anything about this drink. It's a Mexican thing. It's, you know, Michelada, as I think that's how it's pronounced. And there's a lot of different ways of making it. I'm going to show you my way, or the way that he taught me. Grab yourself a cheap beer, and grab yourself some Mott's Clamato juice. Make sure it's the works. Okay, it says the works there at the bottom. Give it a little. This is not a homebrew, but it's good. We're going to do about 1/3 of the glass. Maybe a little bit more. With a little more than that. About that. With the Clamato juice. Okay. Clamato juice does not taste like clams. Everyone's afraid of it because it's Clamato. It doesn't taste like clam juice. So if you're afraid of fish or clams, don't worry about it. It's got to be Clamato juice. You can't just do this. I mean, there's other ways of making it. There's recipes all over the place. This is an easy way. And you get your crappy store-bought beer. I'm not saying this is crap, but I'm just, you know what I mean. It's not homebrew. Oops. The first time I made one of these, I thought this was going to be absolutely disgusting. But I did it on the Skype call with Steve and our buddies. It's also called red beer, apparently, as you can see. A little bit of head retention there. And it's good. I will tell you this, you can deny it, you can say it doesn't taste good. Until you try it, you can't tell me what it tastes like. So give it a try. If you can get Clamato juice, if you can't, I'm sorry, you can make Clamato juice, or you can make this drink with other ingredients. It's basically tomato juice. There's hot sauce in here. There's celery salt. There's, you can put lime in here. Anyway, it's a great way to consume a run-of-the-mill store-bought beer and actually make it taste good. Cheers. That is dangerous. It's got a little bit of spiciness to it because the Clamato juice has hot peppers in it. It's good. So anyway, I think that's all the time I have, and all the things I have to say right now. Next week, we will have the beer that I put on top of the old yeast cake ready to go. In fact, that'll be ready this weekend, so I'll probably do a little tasting of it. We'll put that on next week's Homebrew Wednesday. Let you know how I think it turned out, as compared to just a normal batch, much the same, but just done with normal yeast in the normal way. Okay. We'll break this myth, or we'll prove this myth. Can you or can you not just dump it on top of your old yeast bed? Some people say yep, some people say no. So we're trying it over there down here in the dungeon, and I'll tell you whether it worked for me or not. If you guys want to buy a shirt, it's tgtshirts.com. There they are. We're coming up with some new designs. And so I don't know these particular shirts, how long they're going to be available. I know that sounds like a bit of a sales pitch, but I haven't spoken or decided on whether we're going to keep selling these or we're going to move to another design or we're going to sell both. I'm not sure. But my suggestion to you is if you've wanted one of these and you haven't got one yet, now might be a good time to grab one. I think the Craig tube and the barrel thing, it will always be around, being used in some way, shape, or form, because the original Craig tube logo that I made was just the YouTube logo. We took out the U, we put in my name. But I was afraid to put those up for sale. in case YouTube, you know, came after me, you know, and sued me or something like that. So I had to abandon that. And then Dave from TG T-shirts came along, and he came up with this. And this is I hope you guys can, yeah, you can see it. It kind of emulates, you know, the CraigTube, you know, the YouTube thing, you know, the idea behind the YouTube logo, right? But it, you know, it's completely different. It's you know, not infringing on any kind of copyright. That's what we were going for here. All right, see you guys. 17.